Kaspa's secret weapon against Ethereum. What if I told you that Kaspa confirms transactions before Ethereum has even taken its first breath? This video will show you why Kaspa's architecture technically outshines Ethereum and what that means for your crypto strategy. If you miss this video, you might miss the biggest chance to get in early on a rocket about to explode. Welcome to 10x by Marius, your channel for honest, data-driven altcoin analysis. Let's start with Kaspa. So, what exactly is Kaspa? Kaspa is a layer 1 blockchain with DAG technology. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, Kaspa doesn't use a linear blockchain, but instead allows parallel blocks. The result, extremely fast transactions, almost no confirmation time, no VC funding, no pre-mining. A fairer launch, proof of work, but more modern. That's Kaspa's goal. A decentralized, scalable infrastructure for payments and micropayments without a layer 2 solution. Technically strong, community-based, and currently still massively under the radar. That's Kaspa. Let's move on to Ethereum. ETH is not just another cryptocurrency, it's the largest smart contracts platform in the world, essentially the operating system of the decentralized internet, or Web3. What Bitcoin is to digital gold, Ethereum is to digital applications. NFTs, DeFi, DAOs, Metaverse. Everything lives on Ethereum. It was founded in 2015 by Vitalik Buterin and has changed the way we think about trust on the internet. Because on Ethereum, you can build automated contracts that are executed without any middleman. 100% decentralized, 100% transparent, and with the merge in 2022, Ethereum made a huge leap from proof of work to proof of stake. This reduced energy consumption by 99% and at the same time restructured the network into a deflationary model through so-called burn mechanisms. Today, Ethereum is the foundation because with the latest update this year, it has become even stronger and faster, which is especially important for scalability. Ethereum is also the foundation for major investors like BlackRock or JP Morgan. They actually use Ethereum and are actively investing in it, while retail investors are selling off their altcoins. In short, Ethereum is more than just a coin, it is an infrastructure for the future of the internet. So before we get started, grab yourself a coffee, leave me a like, and then let's go. But a quick warning, a disclaimer, my channel is not financial advice, it's purely for informational purposes. Let's start with the basics, the pure market data. At the moment, Ethereum has a market capitalization of around 290 billion. In addition, there is a fully diluted market capitalization, which is also 290 billion because Ethereum does not have a fixed upper limit. Kaspa, on the other hand, is significantly smaller, with only about 1.8 billion and an FDV of 1.79 billion. What does that mean? Almost all tokens are already in circulation, 99% to be precise. And that's important because Kaspa was launched without a pre-mine and without VCs. A true fair launch project, driven 100% by the community. Ethereum, on the other hand, had an ICO but has become increasingly decentralized over the years. Interim conclusion, Kaspa is fairly distributed and undervalued. Ethereum is established, but as a giant, its percentage growth is limited. Still, a point for both here. By the way, if you want to buy altcoins like Kaspa, you won't always find them on every exchange. But I'll always link you to the exchange where you can buy the altcoins. And I recommend that you register early with crypto exchanges that offer a wide range of altcoins, because the altcoin season, although many no longer believe in it, can come around quickly. That way, at least you'll be prepared and can act flexibly. So feel free to use my link below for my favorite exchange. You'll also get a bonus if you sign up with it, and then you're ready to go. And now it gets technical, but extremely important for investors. Since the merge, Ethereum has been using proof of stake. Users can stake Ethereum and receive around 4% return per year. With every transaction, Ethereum is burned, which makes it deflationary. Ethereum is extremely energy efficient. Kaspa runs on its own POW, that is, proof of work algorithm, faster than Bitcoin, but still energy hungry. There are no staking rewards here, obviously. However, there are third-party providers. But that's more like lending. Kaspa, however, is becoming increasingly deflationary over time and has a maximum cap. And as I said, 190% of the tokens are already on the market. In conclusion, Ethereum now has an extremely well thought out model. Staking burns efficiently. Kaspa is built much more simply here, but also has significantly fewer maximum tokens, and already 90% are on the market, so it's also extremely strong, so once again, it's a tie. By the way, if you want to see more of these duels, there are some really exciting ones coming up in the future, or if you haven't seen them yet, my in-depth analyses are on my playlist The 10x Universe, where I've already done various analyses. I've analyzed Kaspa in great detail, but also Ethereum. Both are extremely fascinating, and for next weekend I've found 2 more altcoins that really surprised me. Why? It's best if you find that out for yourself. Quickly subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any insights in the future. Now, let's move on to the next point. Now it's about the real-world utility of both coins. Ethereum is the leading Layer 1 blockchain in the smart contract sector, home to DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, the metaverse, all things AI, and also gaming. Tens of thousands of projects are based on Ethereum. They have a huge developer community, all building on Web3. What about Kaspa? Kaspa relies on its BlockDAG technology. In other words, instead of a linear blockchain, they can process parallel blocks. Transactions are confirmed within 1 to 2 seconds. The goal is 100 blocks per second, and most importantly, smart contracts are in development for this year. That's a massive game changer for Kaspa. So, what about the use case score? Kaspa scores 6, high speed, but a smaller range of applications, at least for now. Ethereum gets 10 out of 10. A broad ecosystem, lots of developers, daily users, supported by BlackRock. They're busily buying Ethereum and they have an ETF. Ethereum is extremely strong here. So, what are the communities of both like? Crypto really thrives on its communities. Ethereum millions of followers on X, 500,000 to 1 million active wallets per day, a large community on Telegram, on Reddit, supported by institutional investors. Ethereum has an ETF. Now, let's move on to Kaspa. Kaspa's community on X is noticeably smaller, but it's growing. Around 100,000 active wallets per day, which is still quite impressive. A very active Discord community. What about whale concentration? With Kaspa, roughly 35% is held by the top 100, which is okay. With Ethereum, it's around 40%. Interim conclusion, Ethereum is massively established. Kaspa is small, but experiencing strong growth. So again, a point for both here. By the way, are you more Team Kaspa or Team Ethereum? Write it in the comments. And then we come to the vision of both. Ethereum, a crystal clear vision of Web3, DeFi, RWAs, that is, real-world assets on the blockchain and AI scaling via rollups. The roadmap is clear. Shodaing, rollups, L2 integration is supported by BlackRock, Rayscale, and major funds. Top media presence, a trending topic among politicians and institutions. And Kaspa positions itself as blockchain 2.0, or rather Bitcoin 2.0, only faster, fairer, and more scalable. No central leadership, 100% community-driven, focus on fast payments, DePIN, no marketing hype. The roadmap is clear. Smart contracts this year, scaling, and further integration. Interim conclusion, Ethereum has a broader, more professional vision. Kaspa scores points with its purest decentralization and speed. A point to both. And then we come to the potential check. Ethereum is already a giant, but Kaspa is catching up rapidly. It is the underdog. Ethereum has a well-thought-out tokenomics based on Web3. Kaspa was launched in an extremely fair way, more community-based, Bitcoin 2.0. Ethereum is the backbone of Web3, DeFi, NFTs, gaming, everything is built on Ethereum. Kaspa is extremely fast thanks to BlockDAG technology, while also offering extremely high security. Ethereum is ready for mass adoption. Kaspa is extremely small, but has massive growth potential. Ethereum is building the infrastructures of tomorrow. Kaspa is extremely fast for a Povey chain, for everyone who truly believes in decentralization. By the way, do you want to know whether I hold Kaspa or Ethereum in my personal portfolio? Or would you like full access to my Zenix ranking lists, where I have every altcoin I've ever analyzed in one list? With a link to YouTube and a link to the crypto exchange where you can buy the coins. Everything clearly organized in one list. Do you want to know which coins are currently on my watch list? Which ones am I looking at? Which ones might I be buying in the near future? Now, a little bit of self-promotion for my Zenix Elite membership. You can find all the information about Zenix Elite in my pinned comment, and if you sign up this month, so in June, you'll get a 30% discount. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And now let's move on to the price predictions for both coins. If the entire crypto market grows massively, $3 would be possible for Kaspa. How much would it be for Ethereum? For Ethereum, $8,000 to $10,000 would be possible. Ethereum is solid here, but still growing. Kaspa is highly speculative, but has massive upside potential. Kaspa is clearly the more asymmetric, stronger bet. By the way, Do you now want to see the full analysis where I apply my 20 key metrics and, at the end, present 4 different price scenarios so that you are fully informed about both coins? Then I'll link both analyses for you now.